All right, y'all. On today's episode, what we gonna do today? Let me show y'all something here. Look, we got the daily in the background there. What y'all think about the little lazy eye look right here? What y'all think about that? Especially when I got my my little LEDs on. Man, she needs a bath. Stupid cat's been walking on. I can't stand cats walking on vehicles, y'all. I don't mind cats so much, but I can't stand them walking on vehicles. So today, we got a couple things going on. A little camera going by. We're going to, went to drop my tank off today, get it filled for my welder, but I'm not using my welder I'm using a different welder on the front of the truck. So anyway, today I think we're going to try to work on the frame a little bit of the truck. And we got a Tacoma up here we're going to do a timing belt on. So we'll just kind of walk y'all through the timing belt thing. Show y'all, it's like a 98, 99 Tacoma with 3.4 liter. It's got a timing belt. It's supposed to do them every 60 to 100,000. Depends on who you talk to. When we do it, we'll go ahead and do the water pump too, because the water pump runs off of the timing belt on these motors. So we'll go ahead and do it. So Dad'll be up here shortly with the truck. It's down at his house, but he'll be up here shortly with it. We're gonna get put in the garage and we're gonna start getting to work today, y'all. So stay with us, see what we get done. Oh, and I've got some comments and some messages and stuff. I messed up on the date for the outlaw race. It is actually November 6th. I don't know why in the world I said October. I was I don't know, I guess I was half out of it whenever I made that little part. But yes, so November 6th is going to be the final outlaw race. So y'all go out and see it. Yeah, it's on a Sunday, so go see it. This is how you do it, y'all. You bring it in here and you make him work on it.
Yeah.
This is once that I'm gonna supervise. All right, y'all. So you gotta take the heater hose off, or not, radiator hose off, and you gotta take of course, all the pulleys and stuff, front cover, stuff like that. So we're gonna work on getting this off, and then, he is. I'm gonna work on the Tundra. Work on getting this stuff off, and then, yeah, show you what it looks like inside. All right. I want to have him watch his mouth for a minute so we can do this. Anyway, the easiest way we found, of course, we're going to take the radiator completely out so we can get to the crank pulley bolt. You can probably do it without taking the radiator out, but I'd rather not take a chance on damaging the radiator. So, took the shroud and everything off, took the belts off. It's got a bolt here on each side. And then under here, it's got a bolt right there on each side. We have to take the tow hooks off. I have to use my trusty old impact for that. So we took those off. I got that one out, and I got the top one on the other side out. So we take that bottom one out, that top one out, that radiator hose off, and we should be able to slide the radiator out. So go from there. This, let's see, where's my finger at? This right here is one of your tensioners on this thing for the bottom for the AC. It's got a bolt in the front, and then it's got your tensioner bolt there on the back side. The alternator is the same way. Here's your main alternator bolt there. There's one on the bottom, and then the tensioner bolt's down on the side of it. It's made like that other one. So you gotta take that reservoir loose, or the air box loose, move it out of the way to get to that bolt. This was already loose. You probably have to take it loose. Don't know why it's loose on this one. And then your bolt's right there. So we took that one out. So let's get the rest of these out, get the radiator out of it. All right, y'all, been working hard on this thing. I got so, look at this thing, y'all. That's dirt. Look at these little cracks. I'd say it was pretty well due for it. There's a tensioner pulley. That's your water pump there, ain't it? Yeah, that's your water pump. And then another tensioner?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got another. So this is just the idler pulley, and then that's your tensioner pulley. This tensioner pulley on these, there's a couple ways to do it. They're off of an oil tensioner. So you can actually buy a tool. It goes, where's it go?
Goes in
It goes in here and here.
Yeah.
Anyway, it goes in here and here. When we get this bottom plate off, I'll show you. But it holds it
down
to where it doesn't compress itself or something. I don't know. Anyway, I don't remember. It's been a long time. I bought the tool. But anyway, the new ones, when you buy the kits now, they come with a new oil tensioner. So we just take it all off and do it anyway. So, yeah. So there's the timing belt on the 3.4 Toyota motor. Like I said, this one's all cracked up. And we're going to get this one out, put the new one in, get it all back in time. As you can see, the timing marks there. And where's it at on this one? won't see it. It's right there, that mark. So you can see it better on the camera than you can with your naked eye. So you got mark there, and then we'll show you the mark on there, and then mark here and here. And obviously somebody's probably done it before. So
Yeah.
I would hope so, because this thing has like 300-something thousand miles on it. So I'd hope somebody's done a time belt on it before. But we'll get the rest of this off, and then when we go to put it back in time, we'll show you. These are interface motors, right? Yes, they are interface motors, so they do hit the valves. If, you know, it gets out of time, it will bend the valves. So anyway, let's get the rest of this off. All right, update on the radiator. We took these bolts out, didn't work. It's got a plastic piece that runs all the way through, so I don't know if there's a way to get those out or not. So what we did, took the grill off. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clips in it. We took out. I don't know where he laid the grill at. He probably threw it away. But anyway, and then you got radiator bolt there, and then you got one down there somewhere. Yeah, right there. To get that one, we put a swivel, 2 extensions, went through there, and went right in there and got it. I'll show you how we done that when we put it back together. But yeah, so we took those 2 out. Now we're gonna take these top ones off. We got the hose clamp taken off, hose off. You see we did drain. And then we'll get this thing out real fast. So one thing we like to do is we put a socket on that, and we line it up top dead center. Just everything's on top dead center. It's probably gonna move a little when we hit this anyway to take it out, which we'll get lined back up. But your timing marks are still lined up.
That might be one
No,
off.
that's pretty close when you get it straight on. So yeah, timing marks are still pretty well lined up on it. So it's still in time, but we're gonna jerk this off. I got the air compressor going right now. I can't get my big impact in there because AC condenser. But we'll get the air impact in here and get this thing off here. All right, y'all, so here's the water pump. It sits on there like that. You gotta take, the thermostat housing is in with the water pump on this thing. Let me zoom out of this a little bit. So we took, there's 3 bolts in the thermostat housing. We set it up over here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts in the water pump. Little persuasion with it, but there's a dipstick. The dipstick tube goes right down in here and bolts right over there. So you gotta unbolt that, pull the dipstick out. Of course, I plugged it up, and then you can pull this out, and you actually have a hose right there hooked to it, which you're gonna wanna replace. It's kind of like a, I guess like a bypass hose type deal. It goes in the thermostat, but you're gonna wanna replace that, especially if it's been on here a while. So let's get this hose off and get this raceway out. All right, y'all, so this plate here was over that. We took the cam gears off, obviously, got them down there. I just hit them with my hand and hit those with the impact, took them off so it wouldn't turn the cams. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It had one little sneaky bolt here, and then this was for your cam position sensor. It's the longest one out of all of them. Well, we took that plate off because we got cam seals we're going to put in it. So we're going to put new cam seals in it here. We got to get the pulley off because we're putting a crank seal in it, ain't we?
Yeah.
So we got to take the pulley off because we're going to put a crank seal in it. So we got to take this gear pulley off and then reassembly. This here is the piece I was talking about that you would normally use that little tool to push against it to push that tensioner down. And the reason they used to do this is if you wasn't replacing this tensioner, you actually have to take this off. You have to take the AC compressor off to get to the bolts for this. So we'll have to take the AC compressor off to get that off to put the new one in. And it's got a little pin in it you pull out when you're ready, right?
Yeah.
So it's got like a little set pin in it. And once you bolt everything back in, you get the time belt on, get everything in time, you just pull the pin out. But we got her apart. We'll, the next video, we'll do the reverse of putting it back together, I guess. So stay with us. Well, y'all, Ashley, can't see her. Let's turn this light on. Well, there you go, look. She made me quit working and go out here and get something to eat. She said that, said if I didn't take her to get something to eat, she's gonna beat me up. We can't have that. So.
Whatever.
All right, y'all, so Longhorn, we're gonna eat that tonight. So obviously, we're done with the truck for tonight. We're gonna go in here and get us something to eat, start on truck tomorrow. So we'll finish that up tomorrow and it'll be another video, but I want to go ahead and get this posted. So yeah, come back and check it out, see if we can get this thing back together or not. Appreciate y'all watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. See you next one.